created by French animator Gaylord Cuvillier-Libessart in 2019. God's School is a unique animated web series set in a mythical Mount Olympus, where gods and goddesses are reimagined as teenagers attending high school. Mixing ancient mythology with teen drama, the show features stunning 2D animation, rich character designs, and a story full of love, rivalry, and power. Chapter 1. Long before the modern world existed, high above the clouds stood Mount Olympus, home to the gods. But Olympus wasn't just a place of power, it was a school where young gods were trained to rule. One day, everything changes. Ariadne arrives, a mortal girl carrying a glowing ancient amulet, inscribed with symbols even Athena can't read. Her presence shakes Olympus. Apollo, the proud golden god, sees her as a threat and demands she be expelled. Artemis, his twin, is curious and wants to test her. Athena challenges Ariadne's wisdom and strength. And Hades, the mysterious god of the underworld, watches quietly, sensing something special. Ariadne isn't just a mortal. She begins to show powers no human should have, haunted by visions of falling gods and forgotten prophecies. Her amulet once belonged to Mnemosyne, the titaness of memory, and it's waking up. Whispers spread of a mortal who once nearly destroyed Olympus. Ariadne could be a mistake, or the key to a new era. Chapter 2. On a clear morning where the sky stretched endlessly blue, the sacred gates of God's school silently opened. As usual, young gods prepared for their divine lessons, unaware that a stranger would soon enter their midst. This stranger was unlike any other. She was mortal. Her name was Ariadne. She looked like any ordinary girl, but the glowing amulet she carried was anything but ordinary. Covered with ancient symbols that even Athena couldn't decipher, the amulet shimmered faintly, as if alive with a dormant power. Whispers spread instantly among the gods. "Who is she? How did she get in here?" they murmured nervously. Apollo, the golden-haired, radiant god of light and music, stepped forward with a sharp glare. "Mortals have no place here. She must be sent away immediately," he declared fiercely. But Artemis, cold and distant yet curious, held back his wrath. "Wait," she said quietly. "We must test her first, not destroy her." Athena, the goddess of wisdom and war, watched keenly. Though uneasy with this mortal's presence, her intellect was piqued. She observed Ariadne's every move, silently preparing to challenge her at every turn. And Hades, the often feared and misunderstood god of the underworld, lingered in the shadows. He saw in Ariadne something others missed: loneliness, misunderstanding, exile. Perhaps she is the key we have been searching for, he thought to himself. Chapter 3. Ariadne stumbles upon a secret chamber hidden deep beneath God's school, filled with ancient scrolls, mysterious paintings, and long-forgotten prophecies. As she studies the records, she learns about a mortal who once defied the gods and nearly shattered Olympus itself. This revelation shakes her to the core, making her question everything she thought she knew. Her arrival, she realizes, is no accident. She is tied to a destiny that the gods desperately tried to erase from history. On the slopes of Mount Olympus, where divine secrets are whispered with the wind, lives Echo, a playful and curious mountain nymph. Known for her light feet and even lighter tongue, Echo wanders the sacred grounds, eavesdropping on gods and gossiping with other nymphs. She doesn't mean harm. Her nature is simply drawn to stories, drama, and hidden truths. But the gods aren't fond of being watched, especially not Hera, the queen of Olympus. When Echo accidentally overhears and repeats gossip about Apollo's secret flirtations, Hera's wrath is swift and merciless. In a fit of divine rage, Hera curses Echo, and not with silence, but with repetition. From that moment on, Echo can only repeat the last words spoken to her. Her voice is no longer her own. Her thoughts are trapped behind borrowed syllables. Alone and ashamed, Echo retreats into the mountains. The once vibrant girl who spoke freely now wanders the woods like a shadow, echoing voices not her own. Her story becomes a warning, a lesson whispered among the students of God's school. Even words can be a weapon, and the gods never forget a voice that betrays them. Olympus glows with golden light, but not all that glitters is peaceful. Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty, finds herself torn between two forces: Ares, the god of war and passion, and Hephaestus, the god of fire and craftsmanship. After a heated argument with Ares, fueled by jealousy and pride, Aphrodite storms out and retreats into the hidden forges of Hephaestus. The clanging of metal and the hiss of steam are far from the perfume of roses and ambrosia she's used to, but Hephaestus's world is calm, focused, safe. Hephaestus, awkward yet sincere, welcomes her with quiet admiration. As a gesture of comfort, he crafts her a magical belt, not to bind, but to empower. It sparkles with pearls that reflect the deepest desires of the heart. But love is never simple on Olympus. When Aphrodite sees Ares with another, the dawn goddess Eos, she realizes love among gods is rarely pure and often painful. Her heart is split between passion and peace, desire and devotion. In that forge, surrounded by flames and questions, Aphrodite begins to understand. Love is not just beauty and attraction, it's choice, patience, and sometimes loss. While tracking his runaway hound Cerberus through the shadowy rivers of the underworld, Hades unexpectedly encounters Mintha, a mischievous nymph who hides by transforming into a mint plant. Their brief encounter reveals two lonely souls from different worlds who understand isolation all too well. This unexpected meeting plants the seeds of a fragile alliance, hinting at deeper connections and shifting loyalties within the divine realm. Ariadne's nights grow restless. She begins to see strange dreams, visions of a burning Olympus, gods turning against each other, and a voice calling her name from the void. These aren't just dreams. They feel like memories. She wakes up shaken, unable to tell what's real. The other students notice her growing distant. Some whisper that she's cursed. Even the gods begin to sense something ancient awakening inside her. Apollo grows more hostile while Artemis watches quietly. Ariadne starts to fear her own reflection, not because she's weak, but because deep down, she knows something is coming. As Hera prepares for an important meeting with Zeus, the tension between them becomes impossible to ignore. Hera's frustration with Zeus's behavior and decisions is written all over her face. Meanwhile, Zeus remains calm, confident, and as authoritative as ever. During their conversation, Hera's emotions explode, revealing the deep cracks in their relationship. This moment highlights how even gods are not immune to personal struggles and emotional conflict. This chapter offers a powerful glimpse into the complex dynamics of divine relationships, reminding us that in Olympus, power doesn't always guarantee harmony. Eris, the goddess of chaos, returns to Olympus, and with her, tension rises. What starts as subtle interference quickly grows into serious conflict among the gods. Her manipulations spark mistrust, jealousy, and division across the divine ranks. As the gods begin to turn on one another, the once stable order of Olympus begins to unravel. This chapter highlights just how fragile unity among the gods truly is, and how easily one disruptive force can shake even the mightiest of realms. And as Olympus teeters on the edge, one thing becomes clear: chaos has only just begun.